My name is Alex Montoya, and today we are doing a book review over Appetite for America, written by Stephen Fried. Here we go. Appetite for America, a historical biography, showcases the amazing life of an individual holding an entrepreneurial spirit whose vision, patience, and leadership helped create the American culture we have today. Stephen Fried paints us a very vivid picture into Fred Harvey's life and how he built up his family business that not only revolutionized the service industry, but also helped Americans expand westward from sea to shining sea. Fried, an award-winning investigative journalist and essayist, gives us an in-depth analysis of how Fred Harvey was a wildly successful in developing his family empire. Harvey understood that there was a dire need for the service industry along the expanding Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe Railroad. Harvey utilized progressive methods in hiring practices, marketing tactics, and various attracting factors that helped him develop the first American chains in lunchrooms, restaurants, and hotels that attracted people globally. Fred Harvey, an English immigrant, traveled from England, came to America in hopes of creating his own American dream. He quickly found himself working in the restaurant business in New York as a dishwasher and slowly moved his way into other positions. Soon after, he found a wife, had a baby, and then relocated to St. Louis to own his own restaurant. As he settled into the business, the Civil War broke out, and with the chaos that was created because of that, Harvey found himself without a business and without any money left. Later, we follow Harvey into Leavenworth, Kansas, and see that he picked up a job with a newspaper selling advertisements in the train stations on the growing Santa Fe Railroad. During the early era of train travel, not much was done to accommodate comfort for its passengers. We see very limited options in food that is being served in the 30-minute time slot passengers have while they are en route, and they are also faced with weather conditions that are made traveling a really hard thing to do. With the steady growth of passengers riding the railroads and Harvey's constant travel due to his newspaper job, he saw this opportunity to put his skill set to use. Having a prior background and knowledge in the restaurant business, he began to ponder on the idea of how to serve a quality meal to every single passenger under a 30-minute time slot. In 1876, we see Harvey landed a deal with the Santa Fe Railroad and began to create a strategic method to serve a full-course meal, and then he began the revolution that created the standard for the American food industry we have today. As this idea of serving quality meals created by chefs with top-of-the-line products in a high-end environment became a reality, we see that his restaurants started to receive national recognition. As he expanded westward his eateries, he began to enter the Wild West and encountered trouble with the locals as well as the waitstaff. Challenged with solving this issue, he used his connections he developed working with the newspaper and began to place ads to recruit women to work for him. During the course of these ads, we see over 100,000 women answer his call and lessen the wild out of the Wild West. As we continue to follow Harvey's pioneer tactics and progressive methods in the 1870s, he became an early adopter in giving women a chance to gain a respectable career outside of the traditional role of being a housewife. As he recruited young, attractive women from the East Coast, he put into place policies, rules, and guidelines that must be followed in order to continue working there. Later dubbed as his signature brand, the Harvey Girls, we see their influence and impact they left on the American culture across the Hollywood screen, featuring Judy Garland, a novel written by Samuel Hopkins Adams, and a documentary created by Katrina Parks. The Harvey Girls Opportunity-Bound documentary gives us a better look into how these true pioneer women left the comfort of their normal lives to head west and work along the expanding transcontinental railroad. We are taken into the past, and we are given a glimpse into the daily lives of these women and how they are transformed the West by beginning to give life into these places and a rightful place into the women into the workforce. Along with these huge successes in the restaurant industry, Harvey continued to build his empire by creating a chain of hotels. When these hotels were originally designed, tons of the influence was pulled from the Native American culture and the landscape around them. So also, Harvey played an inaugural role in making the Grand Canyon a must-see attraction with a hotel right on the rim. As of 2015, a few hotels are still in operation and are owned by individuals who are dedicated in preserving the history. We even have a Harvey House located about 20 miles north of West Texas A&M University near downtown Amarillo, Texas. Even though Harvey houses are no longer in operation, Fred Harvey, an innovative pioneer, set high standards and left his legacy in the American travel industry.